In order for me to expand my comfort zones, I started to take cold showers for 3 months. Remember to stick at the end of the video because that is where I'm going to give you a little bit of the tips, the results, and if you should or should not do this experiment. Now, why on earth did I even decide to do cold showers to expand my comfort zones? Well, it was inspired by 3 main people: Matt Diavella, Cole Hastings, and of course David Goggins. Comfortable. And what's better out there to make yourself uncomfortable other than taking cold showers for 3 months? Now, all of the things I got inspired from talk about the flinched effect. Simply what the flinch means is that hesitating moment when you're about to do something scary or important and you want to do it, but your body is resisting that action. For example, this could be like asking your crush out, speaking in public, and maybe even riding roller coasters. You might want to be the most confident person in the room to ask your crush out, but that flinch is still there and you just can't seem to get past that. And so that is exactly why I'm doing this, because I want to overcome this flinched effect. I am not doing this because of all the health benefits like hair, better skin, blah blah blah. It is basically to prove that I can and how tough I really am. And so here's going to be the narration of the first cold shower that I ever took.
Okay, well, this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna take a cold shower, and well, we'll have to see how it goes. Here it is. Moment of truth.
Now, I'm not going to lie and say that it was going to be very easy. No, it was really hard to do it at all. My first approach of it was turn the cold water on and then step into it. That way I will be shocked right away and start doing it. But of course, that was not what I got. I would just end up being on the other side of the water and just standing still, waiting for the courage or bravery to come to me so that I can actually step my whole body into the cold shower. And so to get around this, I would wet myself so that I would get used to the cold water, and it was not easy at all. And then after I would wet myself, I would put on soap and everything like that, scrub myself, and then I would rinse it off. I continued that for a whole month, and trust me, it was not easy at all. But after a while, I started to get used to it, and within that first month, something amazing happened. And that is that I started to feel really good right after the cold shower hit my skin. Right now, I'm done showering and everything, but what I do like to do sometimes is, because I got used to the cold water and everything like that, is actually stand right underneath and just let the coldness involve me. So you could say I also do it for that little high of endorphins or adrenaline that I get from the cold shower. But after that month, everything started to settle down. And in fact, I started to change up my tactic. So what I do now is step in the shower. Once I'm in the shower, you know, I'm gonna close this up a little bit. Now, I do have to say, it is still a little bit scary. I still get that little flinch here and there, but ultimately, that is the worst part. Just that little shock when the cold water hits your skin. Nothing else though. After that, it's smooth sailing. So here we go. See, it's still a little hard. It's still a little bit hard to get things going here, but I know ultimately we will overcome this flinch. Yeah, there we go. You know, honestly, what the worst part is the shoulders. If you can ever imagine, it's the sides, right where your belly here is. That's where it feels the coldest for a while. My back, not so much. The front, not so much. It has been 3 months by now, and well, you probably want to know what are my insights, results, and recommendations on what to do about this challenge. And so, do I recommend you start to do this? Yes, I do. I actually do recommend you start to do this. Now, I am not saying to go all out like I did for 3 months or more, but I do want you to do it just to prove yourself that you can do it. To really test how tough you are and maybe expand a little bit of that comfort zone with weather or temperature conditions. I personally have decided to continue to take cold showers on and on and on until, well, forever. Now, was my flinch expanded and was it easier to overcome it? Yes and no. The flinch did become easier to overcome in terms of changing temperatures, but that flinch effect did not do anything in other areas in my life. For example, it did not make things less scary like roller coaster, talking in public, or talking to your crush. And so the conclusion is very simple. The flinch will only expand onto the things that you expose it to. Now, of course, it's going to be very easy to overcome it over time. However, you will still feel that urge, that flinch to not want to take the cold shower at all. The worst part is not actually being in the cold shower or being outside the cold shower. It is the moment when you're about to transition between that. It is that little shock that you feel when that cold water hits your skin. Now, if you want to try this experiment, I will give you 2 little tips that will make your life a whole lot easier to overcome this flinch. And now, I know it's gonna sound corny, but I need you to play some really awesome music that gets you hype and motivated. By the way, if I had the music, I would be playing Venom right now by Eminem because I know that gets me hyped up, makes me feel like a beast. Okay, well, let's focus and get started with it. If you do this, it is going to be so much easier than with no music. And the second tip is going to be simply to remember that the worst part is the shock, not the actual cold water. So let me know in the comments if you're gonna try it, and if you already have, let me know what are your personal results. Anyway, watch a recommended video, but either way, stay sharp, Improvement Gang. I'll see you on the next one.